The next thing we're going to talk about is sharing items in your drive, and we'll start with folders. All the folders that you see that are shared actually have a little silhouette of a person inside the folder. So if I want to share this folder, I would click on the folder I want to share. You can actually click at the top where this little silhouette of the person is and a plus sign. That's your share, and ask you if you want to share the item that you're clicking on. Once you've clicked on it and opened the folder, you can also do the drop down menu and share from here as well. So it depends on which item is you're wanting to share with someone else. So if I want to share this folder, I can take this folder and I can share it here and choose the person I want to share it with, and then you decide if you want that person to be able to edit it or view the items. This is for a folder, and the same thing works for documents and other drive files. You can also choose if you want to notify the person via email. If you are sharing something with someone and you want them to know that it's arriving to them, you probably want to send them and add a note here so that they can see this information is going to them, and they can open it up as soon as they get this notification in their email. The setting at the bottom is advanced, and I'm sorry, the button is, there's no like real button, and it is very small. This used to be a larger button, but Google has changed that, so it is in the bottom right corner is advanced, and that's where you can decide the privacy level of the folder and a link for this whole folder that you're sharing with. So here you can change this privacy settings. Not only can you share with one person, you can also change who can see this folder. So you can change it to off, meaning only specific people that you designate can see it. On, anyone at Milford Schools with the link. That means anyone who has a school account, that's Google Apps for Education, student or staff can see this if they have the link. The next one is on Milford Schools. Anyone at Milford School can find and access this folder. The next one says on anyone with the link. This means anyone outside of our domain as well, milfordschools.org or mevsd.net. Anyone that's out on another account anywhere in the world can access this if they have the link. And public on the web means they can also find and search for it and locate it that way too. So if you are sharing something in the district, you want to use these three options: specific people, anyone with a link, or just Milford Schools in general. If you're trying to share outside of our district, that means with parents, especially with a document that you're turning into a newsletter, you want to make that public, or anyone with the link can access it. I would probably say anyone with the link is safest if you're sharing something out. If it has private student information, neither one of these options are going to be the best option for you. But if it's just general communication, then yes, you should use one of these two options to share with parents or outside of the district. Those are your options about link sharing and individual sharing, and notifying people via email and adding a message that includes why you're sending this information, what you'd like them to do with it. This is a folder I clicked on to do this in communication again. So in communication, I can click on the item here, do the same options by clicking this button, which looks like a silhouette of a person. The same features are there, or if I open the folder and I'm in the folder, I can share from here as well. Now that I'm already in this folder, let's look at some more options in your drop-down menu. You can open this folder with, and it'll give you some more apps you can connect it with. If you're an advanced user, this is something that maybe you want to check out and see what else you can kind of sort folders with. There's all kinds of script and higher level things you can do with folders and apps. So you can check that out on your own. You can actually make a new folder straight from this drop-down menu. You can share this folder. You can move this folder. You can add a star because you can sort information by starred items. And that's over here in the far left. Starred items will show up in a separate list. I often star things, but I forget to unstar them. So if you're better about that, then it's maybe the current things you're working on just this week. You put a star on those, and you'll know they'll just come up and you'll have them in your starred area. And then if you're good about it, then you can go back and unstar them at the end of the week and go from there, or a unit, whatever you're teaching with. After adding stars, the next thing is changing the color of the folder. Right now this folder is going to be a red folder when it's listed in my drive. So if I'm looking back here, you'll notice the colors of folders that are sorted, and this maybe help you sort things. If you have student folders by grade level and such, you can sort them by color. You can actually rename the folder from here. You can download the whole folder if you'd like to download it and keep it somewhere. If it's a whole folder full of PDF files or hard files, you can download it. And you can also remove it, which takes it away from your drive and puts it in the trash. All items that are in your trash end up here, and then you can always open that up and restore any of those items as well. If you mistakenly drag and drop something in the trash, you can take it out. It doesn't go away until you have removed it from your trash. Sometimes you'll find that students have dropped something in there by mistake, and they can restore those items in their trash. That's the drop-down menu within a folder, just to show you those options. On the far left again with the main menu, we already talked about My Drive. We've talked about Shared with Me. Google Photos is one they've just added last year for you to store all photos. It used to be a partnership with Picasa, and now Google has their own area to store photos. Great place to keep those files. Next after that is Recent. So this will bring up your most recent documents that you're working on, things you've worked on and opened today. So you can see those items and most recent by time, and then earlier this week by date. So recent items, again, here's the starred area and items that you put a star on, most important things you're working on right now, and then trash again at the bottom. So going back, here's some more things about sharing. I'm actually going to go into a document, the one I started to type earlier as a sample, and share with you the sharing settings. The share button in the far right-hand upper corner is a place for you to be able to choose who can view this document. Do you want them to be able to edit it, comment, or view? The comment feature was not in a folder, but only in edit and view and folders. But once you get into documents and other drive files, you can also comment. You choose how you want them to look at it. Again, the bottom right corner is your advanced option. So advanced, and then you can change those settings here. Here's the link that you would give to collaborators. You can change who can see this item and choose any of these options we talked about before with the folders. That's up to you. And then there's also some owner settings that happen at the bottom. When you own a document, you can prevent editors from changing access and adding new people. You can disable options to download, copy, print, or copy for commenters and viewers. If you don't wish anyone to be able to make a copy of one of your documents, you can keep it to yourself this way. And that's just a privacy feature that they've just set within the past year. Now that we've talked about some sharing settings, I do want to just mention, in case you did not know, that folder sharing settings, everything inside that folder will inherit the settings you have set on that folder. So within this 2015-2016 folder, it is a shared folder. By clicking on this, I can open the folder, I can look at my sharing options, and know that the people that are in this folder can access it, and they can edit. This person is the owner. You can list all these things here, and that means that everything in that folder will have those same settings automatically. So if I want to add something to that folder, the same people will be able to access that folder. By clicking here, same item, everything in this folder will take on those same properties that I've set forward on this folder. So you as a teacher, if you create a folder and you want to share it with someone else, in this folder, for instance, I have a few people on this one. You can see the pictures and their little icons at the top of the folder, but by dropping it down and looking at my sharing options, you can see who has access to this folder and know that anything I put in that folder, these same people can also view and edit if I've given that folder those properties. So that's up to you to remember how you want to share those folders and how you want them to work. In this folder, I believe I have many people on this folder as an editor. So if I can look at this one and look inside, here these people can all edit, and that means they can edit every item that's within this folder because I've set those sharing settings on the folder itself, and anything inside will inherently take on those properties for sharing as well. So as you think about sharing a folder with students, you may want to set up your folders like if a student shares you a folder or you share them a folder, you want to make sure that it's view only if you just want them to be able to view everything within the folder. Whereas this is a student folder that they shared with me. This is my folder for Bell 2. Each student has created their own folder and shared that folder with me in a set of folders here. And each one of these folders has the same properties. So whatever they put in here, I'm able to view and edit along with the students. So that's kind of how you set those up so you can share that together and be able to view everything inside that folder. The student would never have to share anything else with you after they've shared this original folder. So this child would be able to put anything in this folder. I'd have access to it automatically because he's turning it in this folder. He's storing it here in the drive, so I can see all his work in progress. So it's a great way to be able to house student work by student and pull it up and see a whole portfolio of their work. So the files that they have in here, I can view all of these files. The child did not have to share any of these with me again. By placing it in that folder, that means that he or she has given me that sharing right, and everything inside I'll be able to view as the teacher. And that's just setting up student folders. I will go through that in another tutorial. For now, this is enough to get you going with Google Drive. Feel free to ask questions, email, and invite me in if you want me to work with your team and talk more about Google Drive. But I just wanted to make sure you had a little bit of a refresher and a base for moving on from here and using Drive in the classroom. Please let me know if you have any other questions and need to reach me. My email address is smith_st@milfordschools.org. Thank you.